I'm with Richard Ronan from DEFRA, the Minister, and your press releases now, because we've been chatting about yourself and getting the position. But I mean, health and safety at work, the inspectorate have moved into your department. This is something you've been pushing for before you became the Minister, of course.
Well, when I was at Department of Infrastructure, I was given the delegation of health and safety by Minister Cretney at the time. I was very keen to see that the two areas of health and inspections in the Isle of Man, to see them realigned. They've been separated. Obviously, environmental health was sitting at DEFRA, and the health and safety inspectorate team was sitting in the Department of Infrastructure. That's two different models, two different makeups, two different ports of contact. To me, it just didn't make sense. I obviously had no idea at the time I'd be sitting at DEFRA when it would happen. But what I can say, I'm absolutely delighted it has. There's been some excellent work done by the teams in both departments, and certainly the directorate.
You've had some involvement though to get this done so quickly, yes?
Well, I made my intentions absolutely clear where I wanted it to be, and it wasn't in infrastructure, it was in DEFRA. The reasons for that is because the Department of Infrastructure do carry out sort of high risk manual sort of work. So in a way it's sort of enforcing itself, and that's not really right, and it doesn't sit right. And now at least that you have that separation.
We're not over nannified, are we, with health and safety?
Good point. I think there's areas that could possibly be looked at, but I've certainly I can't comment too much on the environmental side because I haven't had a lot to do with it. But certainly regarding the inspectorate team at infrastructure, I've been very encouraged by their openness and their willingness to engage and help businesses and individuals understand the importance of health and safety, which isn't just about, as you say, over nannyfying. It's about helping business. And if you structure your business up in a correct and proper way, one, you're protecting yourself, your business, and the people in and around your business you employ or indirectly. But you're also giving your business a framework where your environment is better. Now, if you have that structure, arguably you can save money. And on looking back in my business, which is a building business, I can see the benefits of this. And all the good firms now have engaged with this. And now it's becoming part of their daily routine, which can only be a good thing.
Okay. The other thing you wanted to mention was all the goings on out in the forests, the segways and the ape park and that sort of thing. This is something that you're still very keen on? Absolutely.
I use the forest plantations in the Glen myself. I'm a father of 3 young children. I like the outdoors, and so this is something I use anyway. So to see the greater usage of the forests and glens to me is an absolute positive. We've got to ask ourselves what is government's role, if you like. We have these wonderful facilities and areas of natural beauty around the Isle of Man. It's very important that government are there to encourage the use of these. But it's more so what's happening here is that we've got private business, we've got volunteer groups getting involved with this. This is what I want to see. I don't want to see government building the parks or doing. I want to see the engagement.
But that's what's happened. I mean, there's been a massive mind change here. That's had to be, hasn't it? Because initially it was the governments, and when the private sector was trying to get in there was a lot of hoops to jump through. I understand, from different people who wanted to do things. Now there does seem to be this change around completely, and it's becoming a partnership, is it?
I think sometimes we forget what we voted through in Timbledon in January 2012, which was the scope of government. It's quite easy to forget this. This was not just, I pinned my badge on this. This is exactly what we should be doing, is opening doors. Is government's role should become less. The government has a role in legislation, policy making. We have a policy here. The policy is we want our parks and glens used more by the public of the Isle of Man, the visitors to the Isle of Man, very, very important, groups, societies, clubs, organisations. And we don't want a government badge saying this is ours, we're going to run it. That's more people employed by government. That's the last thing we need.
We're looking at pictures of the Zurich team who were busy making that trail. I mean,
That's Arch Halligan.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty spectacular. The way they all went in there in a week and created that. Is that what you're saying we should be more of? Absolutely,
that and other areas. Certainly, I want a message to go out today with you, Paul, is that we want ideas. We want people to, if they've got any ideas of how these areas can be used for the people of the Isle of Man and visitors especially, let's hear them. Come in and see us. We're very open to this, and I am personally.